just had to stop in and talk to you about a couple of works in progress that I've been working on since the last time I recorded, which has really only been a few days. So let's take a look. And I'm filming on my iPad for this because I just wanted to get a recording in, and I'm going to push this into whichever thing I use to tape my other podcast, and we're just going to go with it. So this was close, and I just felt like sitting down and talking to you guys. So this is what you get. So if I, basically all that to say, if I look away from the camera a few times, I'm really trying to look at the actual camera on this iPad, but it's strange not to look at the screen. Anyway. Okay, so here are my July Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. I have really been working on them, not very much, but it's only the 8th or 9th or something, so I still have the rest of the month, but here's how they're coming so far. Oh, huh. So this is the O. Clark colorway. Super fun, super perfect for 4th of July. That's maybe a little bit better color accuracy. But you can see that it's going to be a kind of multicolored speckle stripe, and then red, light blue, dark blue. So I'm pretty pleased with how that's turning out. And I think I said, yes, the O. Clark colorway. And I am putting this in this bag that I did as a kit a couple of years ago with Susan of Desert Vista Dyeworks. So it seemed appropriate to use this as my bag this month. So that is one work in progress. We're actually headed out of town today to go to see our good friend, my son's best friend and our best friend's son play baseball a couple of hours away. He is still in the tournament for All-Stars, and so we're going to watch him today and hang out at the lake and just kind of take a fun family weekend. So I should definitely get some knitting time on those socks this weekend, basically. The other work in progress that I have is a test knit for Amba O'Brien, and the shawl is called Delphinia, and it's a beautiful, very simple garter stitch and eyelet lace, kind of big elongated triangle. I'm using 2 colors of Suburban Stitcher yarn in the single sock base, so it's a single ply fingering weight yarn. And this is how it's turning out so far. I like it on the screen. I've been working on it, and when you stare at things up close, sometimes I feel like you don't get the best idea of what it looks like, maybe. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But anyway, yeah, I like it better on the screen. And I'm looking at it because I like it better on the screen. So sorry that I'm not looking at y'all. I'm really trying to look at you guys. This may never happen again on this thing because this is hard. Okay, so yeah. So here it is. And you can see that it is just a big, oh, you can't see anything there. Basically, this is just a big elongated triangle, and it repeats like this over and over until it's done. Super simple. The pattern comes out at the end of July, I believe. So I'm taking this weekend for car knitting and lake knitting and house knitting. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. The 2 colors that I'm using are Bourbon Street Blues is the variegated purple and green, and this color right here is Salted Caramel. So that is that. Most of the Bourbon Street Blue sections are not, like, they're staying overall variegated, because it is definitely a skein that is dyed in a way that it could pool. There was a little bit of pooling on this latest full stripe right here. So like you can see that there was like green and then kind of got some purples and then sort of worked its way into green at the point. But then as the last few rows were coming in, it started mixing up the colors a little bit more. So, so that made me happy. And then there was kind of that green. So it started off pooling and then ended up breaking up a little bit more. This next, let's see, I'm like 2.5 rows, or a stripe and a half, 3 rows in out of this section, and it looks like it's definitely going to be not as pooly. So that is nice. So those are my works in progress. Just a couple of things that I've been working on pretty monogamously. And I will be basically working on this very monogamously until it is finished, because I only have another 1.5 weeks or so to finish that, maybe 2 weeks to finish that, and which should be no problem whatsoever, because honestly it is flying. When I have had the time to sit down and work on it, I feel like it's just flying off my needles, so that's really good. And Amba's patterns are so great that they're lovely to do. I have sweaters on the brain and I cannot wait to cast them on. So that will be something that you'll see up and coming soon, because I want to cast on all the sweaters. Okay, so that's it for now. And maybe I will take some video this weekend of what we are doing. Maybe. All right. So I am here to talk about Zombie Apocalypse 2017. I feel like this is long overdue, but I have just had a busy summer, like you do. Let me turn off those notifications. Right? It's been so busy and wonderful. We've been doing lots of things. We've been playing and relaxing and traveling and baseballing and all of the things. So now we are here and I just cannot wait to recap this amazing retreat and my experience. So I had the pleasure of attending, first of all, and then I was also vending, as you know. So I was selling yarn and bags and notions and all sorts of other things. I really just, it was an amazing, amazing time. I drove up, let's see, I guess on Tuesday that week, I drove from here to Omaha. Super long day, like crazy, crazy, crazy long day, 14 hours or 14 and a half hours, something like that, by myself. Would not recommend that necessarily. And honestly, I don't know that if I had to do it again, I would do it exactly that way, because that was a long day. It was just really, really long. But at the end of that day was my friend Susie, Prairie Girl Susie, and I got to meet her husband and her kiddo, and we had some yummy Chinese food and just hung out, and I got to see her lovely home, and that was fabulous. So, and then the next day, on Wednesday, she rode with me to Rochester. I got to experience Culver's for the first time, so that was kind of exciting. Culver's is pretty yummy. And let's see. Yeah, so we got to Rochester, checked in, hung out, you know, like you do. We met up with our other roommate, Sarah, Mrs. Shu, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for that first day. The wonderful thing about ZK is that it is as busy or as unbusy as you wish for it to be. So there are lots of little classes and breakout sessions if you want to attend them, and if you don't, then you don't. There is a Friday night speaker, if you want to attend that, great. If you don't, there's mandatory is not, attendance is not mandatory at anything, of course, but I will say that you miss out on a ton if you don't participate. So yeah, so I didn't do any classes, but I went to the designer showcase and saw all of the designers and their lovely designs, got to talk to them. Let's see, I did not participate in the 5K this year because I was late in signing up, but I did help volunteer and passed out things at the finish line, passed out water and the prizes and things like that. So that was fun. So we did that. I ate a ton of pannkuchen. Although I say that, I didn't eat actual pannkuchen. I had, because that is not gluten-free and they don't offer a gluten-free option for that. But I did have there's skillets, which is, eggs and meat of some sort and hash browns, and they did have gluten-free toast. So that felt like the biggest luxury ever every day. Let's see. And then Saturday was the market. So Saturday was busy and crazy and amazing. I prepared a lot of yarn. I didn't have as many bags as I would have liked to have had, and honestly, it turned out that y'all were not interested in my bags, which was fine. I didn't spend any extra time on them, so it made me happy that they didn't, that it didn't sell a lot, so that was fine. I was completely, I'm looking over here just at my mug because it's my Minnesota mug that I have basically been using every day. I could not have been more amazed and just flattered and all of the adjectives, all of the words about how y'all accepted me at that market. It was absolutely unbelievable. I prepared a lot. I have done other shows and I've been, at vending things all, for entire weekends. And I started saying, and it's totally true, I have had the most amazing apprenticeship for vending shows by helping Stacy of Mustache Yarn for so many years now, because the things that I have learned from her and the ways to be successful, whether it be just at a show for the weekend or with business or just down to little bitty logistical things, what I have learned from her is, it's amazing. So it's an apprenticeship. It was like a 3-year apprenticeship for how to be an amazing vendor, because she is unbelievable amazing, and I learned from the best. So like I said, I learned from her. I knew what to bring, and then I got there and I knew intellectually that the more you bring, the more you will sell. The more variety of things you have, the more you will sell. And that was true, and y'all knocked my socks off. Seriously, it was just epic. I was so amazed with how y'all accepted me and my yarn, and I cannot say enough thank you. So thank you. Yes, thank you. That's all I can say. I couldn't even personally get in my booth for about an hour. There were so many people in the booth, and passing yarn to the person behind them and helping each other out, and the energy and the buzz and the energy in that space was just so amazing. I had Susie and Sarah were lifesavers as far as helping me set up, helping me sell. I mean, they were troopers. They woke up at 5 a.m. that day and helped me, get everything set up. And we were set up early. And so we got to go enjoy a nice breakfast and a shower before the market opened, which was amazing. Yeah, I mean, I feel at a loss for words because that's literally how I feel. So just thank you to y'all, my customers. Thank you to Susie and Sarah for helping me. Thank you to Stacy for 3 years of amazing knowledge for free. So yeah, so the market was amazing. I truly hope that there is another retreat next year and that I get asked back to vend, because I would do it in a heartbeat. So yeah, so there. And then Sunday, you pack up and you leave, and it's sad, but, exciting. I got to see Susan B. Anderson, which was so exciting. I got to meet her for the first time in March at a retreat, and I thought, oh, I won't see her until November in Edmonton. And I got to see her again, and it was so thrilling because it was the first time for Barrett Wool Co. to be out and about as a, in a market as a vendor. And so I kind of felt like I was in really good company for first solo vending. One of the other first solo vendors there was Susan B. Anderson, and I thought, okay, I can do this. And it meant the world to me, just to get to see her again and to speak with her. And, yeah, it was just so lovely. And I cannot wait to see her again in November in Edmonton. And I will show you some of the lovely things that I got from Miss Susan and Barrett Wool Co. in just a little bit. I don't know that recap has given the event any sort of justice. And there are so many millions, just so many people that said hi and that hung out with me. I've got a new little chatter group of friends now, some existing friends and some new friends from this trip, and I just could not be more excited and more thrilled to have more fibery friends in my circle and in my life. So I know really what you want to see is what I bought. So let's get to that, right? The market at ZK was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I do want to give special note to the first day, Sarah, Mrs. Shu, gave Susie and I each a gift. And she gave Susie a birthday gift because it had recently been Susie's birthday. And they are like BFFs. Like, I just feel lucky that they let me tag along in their friends, in their friendship, because I just love those girls so much. And so she gave Susie a birthday present. I didn't even think about it. And then she said, "This is for you." And I was floored. She knit a shawl and she gifted it to me. I don't think that it was necessarily knit with me in mind, but I love it. And the thing I love about it is that she and I picked out this yarn together at ZK2017. It's from 716 Knit. I used my equivalent of this yarn in my Romy Heel Mystery for this year. So it was the very lacy, kind of sectioned, short row sections of lace. And mine had more of a, I'm looking at, so I keep looking up here because it's hanging right there. Mine was more of like a minty green and where she has the blue speckle, mine was more of a minty green speckle, but then we used the same hot pink. So I just love it. I will have to look up the pattern of this shawl and get back with you. I'll put it in the show notes. But it's a gorgeous, long, asymmetrical shawl. It is absolutely perfect for how I like to wear shawls as far as the length, the colors. It's just stunning. I absolutely love it. So there's that. That was like how ZK started for me, which is amazing. I also think, and I have really racked my brain since then, but I literally think that this is the first knitted item that someone has ever given me. I have given away knitted items, but I don't think I've ever received one. Other than like, I did a swap and I got a mug cozy from Little Yellow Uke from Xena. But other than that, which was a designated swap, I don't know that I have received any knitting. I think this is the first, and it just could not be any better. I love it. So that was amazing. Okay, so let's get to the yarn haul. It's kind of epic. This is going to be yarn haul / goodie bag / There's so much stuff, y'all. Literally cannot even. Okay, just diving in. I have bags. Bags. Okay, so the first thing is Lavender Loon, which I have talked about her before. I got her, I showed this off. This is some Offred that I got from her, her shop. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Like, I really want to cast this on so soon, but I'm like in a sweater place right now, so I'm trying to finish up a shawl so I can concentrate on a sweater, which is sort of unheard of for me, so I'm kind of running with it. So anyway, but she vended there at there was a trip that was like a berry farm trip, I believe, and she had a little like pop-up stand there, which I thought was so stinking cute. I didn't attend, but she had the leftovers at the Friday night talk, and I was able to snag a skein of this gorgeous yarn. So it's relatively color accurate what you're seeing. It's like lavendery, mauve, rosy colors with this pop of gold sparkle. And it's on a sparkle single ply. So it's like my sparkle single ply that I carry. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, there's like mauve and rose and some lavender and some purple, and then all with this golden color. It's just so unique, and it's called Grunge Parlor, which is so fun. So I got that skein of yarn from her, and then I wanted another skein from her that she had run out of, and so she said she would send it to me. Just got it in the mail yesterday, and I'm just going to show it to you right now because there's no reason not to. I got the companion skein to Offred. I got Nick, and this is from The Handmaid's Tale. So just got all these little goodies in here that I don't want to lose. Sorry for the crinkle. But she sent me Nick, which is a really awesome kind of blacks with, I would say maybe a brick orangey red, and then this teal kind of aqua blue. So amazing. And I think I want to do, I really would love to make a pair of socks with, like, this is the mane and this is the toes and heel, and then the opposite, so that the pair is together somehow. I think. I may change my mind on that, but that's sort of my running plan for right now. I have so much yarn in my lap. It's kind of amazing. And I keep dropping things. Oh. Okay, so per the usual, my nose starts running as soon as I record. Okay, so I got a skein of PB&J S'mores from Brew City Yarns. I just loved this. This was, some people got partial skeins of this in their goodie bag, and I was so jealous of them that I had to go buy a full skein. PB&J S'mores. That is lovely purples and golden, white, and chocolate color. I don't even know where to put all this stuff. This is a skein that I won. The next two skeins I won as door prizes. This is from Beach Bum Yarn. And could this be more perfect for me, y'all? What? I literally, when they called it out, I was like, I want it! And they picked my name. So excited. It's called You're So Coy from Beach Bum Yarn. And it's a 75/25 merino nylon. Got that. And then this was a door prize that Amber of Yarn Hoarder won, and she gave it to me. So I guess she just thought I needed more plummy, pinky purple in my life, which is generally true. And this is the Salem base. The colorway is called My Broken Heart, and this is by Camel City Dye Works. All right, I purchased, let's go with this one. I purchased another skein of 716 because her speckles are amazing. This is on her single ply base, again, which is the same base that I knit my shawl out of, that shawl I just showed you is out of. This colorway is called Pussy Grabs Back. If that's an offensive word, sorry, but that's what it's called. And it's just kind of a light, very, very light pale pink background with speckles all over. Let's see if I can find the companion to this. I visited Leading Men Fiber Arts and got a skein of Independent Will, which was, I believe, the June, almost positive, the June colorway. So it's lots of kind of grays and browns and greens with amazing speckled colors. Sorry, I did not add the extra lights today, and it's going crazy. The lights are weird. And then I got a sock blank from them. And I really originally was very proud of myself because I thought, man, I really picked something that I wouldn't normally pick. And everybody laughed at me because it has purple in it. I thought because it had purple and blue, it was a departure. But it's purple with blue and pink speckles. So I guess it's not really a departure, but I like it. So, sock blank from Leading Men Fiber Arts. Let's see. I bought some yarn to make a shawl. It's the Reciprocate shawl by Romy Hill. I just went blank on that for some reason. I shouldn't have, but I'm almost positive. I bought 4 skeins of Merino Superwash worsted weight from Sun Valley Fibers. And it's my first time using Sun Valley Fibers. And it's a really pretty mosaic shawl. So this is kind of the main color. And then these will be part of the mosaic border. These two are in cobblestone, so cobblestone gray. This is the wood side gold colorway, but it's really like a mossy green. It's pretty accurate, at least what I can see on the screen. And then this is onyx, just black. Since it's a worsted weight shawl, I figured that nice fall colors would be appropriate. Okay, so I got this. These were my skeins that I got in the goodie bag. The theme this year was Color Wars. And we had 3 teams competing for points before the retreat: blue, red, and purple. So they did a speckled blue, red, and purple skein, which is really fun. This one is blue with blue, red, and purple speckles, and then a red skein. So this will have to go into something at some time. This is from 3 Irish Girls, and this is, oh wow, they're different. I didn't even look to see that they were different colorway names. So, because I'm a dork. These are all twisted. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't know what is what, but it looks like this red one is called Once Bitten, Twice Shy. This oh, that's how they were all connected. Well, I'm undoing them because okay, so this one is The Ants Go Marching. This one is Capture the Flag. And this one is Once Bitten, Twice Shy. These are 50-gram skeins of Adorn Luxe, which is 85% merino, 15% nylon. Very pretty. Be interesting to try to decide how to use these. And then we all got a little notions bag from the Silver Shed. So I picked out, of course, the purple gray knitted fabric. And we all got this little one skein, little drawstring pouch, and it just kind of sits like that. It would be perfect for holding one skein and knitting over your arm, or I could even see it living on a wheel and being, holding fiber or something on a wheel. That would kind of be an interesting use for it as well. And of course I picked the blue because I was team blue. And then all sorts of other goodies. We had a set of 9-inch circulars in there. We had several little, lots of coupon cards from lots of vendors. This one, I'll show you, is pretty cute. Delicious Yarns. They wrapped it on a fork, which I think is brilliant marketing. Miss Babs sent us some sample skeins. Bijou Basin sent us some Allure wash. I bought some stitch markers from the Kitchen Counter Crafter that say WTF Blue. That was sort of our team mantra. I think I ended up with somebody else's mini skeins too, but here's another Miss Babs. And Zula sent some stuff. Somehow I ended up with a row marker. I don't remember where that came from. And then we all got a ZK mug, which is really, really awesome. This is Deneen Pottery. Yeah, DeneenPottery.com. And again, I picked, of course, the one with the blue accent top because I was on Team Blue, the winning team. On my way home from Zombie Apocalypse, I stopped in at the Pioneer Woman Mercantile, which was really not on my way as much as I thought it was on my way home, and added 2 hours extra to my trip. Whatever. I can say I've been there now. I've lived to tell the tale. So, oh, this was the prize for the 5K, and I got one of those. So it's like a little water, do they call these water bladders or water pouch or something? But it's perfect because it's collapsible, and then like in an airport, you can pack this, you know, flat, and then when you get on the other side of the check-in, you can fill it up with water, and then you have your water bottle. So that is really fun, and I like that it's a big opening, which is very cool. So I got that. Okay, so I went to the Mercantile. I bought a t-shirt, which you cannot see because I'm not wearing it. I think I was wearing it in the, whether that was first or after this, I'm not sure. But the part of this episode where you're going to see me talking about the couple of works in progress that I'm working on, I'm almost positive I was wearing the shirt. Just a kind of a logo shirt. I bought a tote bag because it was pretty. This was apparently their Mother's Day tote, but I just thought it was so pretty with the flowers. It needed to come home with me. And now I get to use it, finally, because I've shown it to you. Along with these other things that I get to use, finally. I got a little sticker. In my traveler's notebook, I've been sort of just collecting stickers that are either places that I've been or, you know, just events or things that are important to me. And so I'm going to put this in there. It's a little Mercantile. I purchased this only because it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but it's a little bitty ceramic, like pseudo enamel mug. It is not enamel because it says microwave dishwasher safe. It's all ceramic, but it is so stinking cute. And it's this really pretty robin's egg blue. I don't know, but I had to have it. And then I bought this mug. I didn't really see any logo mugs there. Maybe there were, and I just missed them, or maybe I didn't like them. I don't remember. But this one says, "Good morning, sunshine." And I loved the bright yellow color. And it has that like retro look. And then it's got the sunshine on the back. So I got that. I totally collect mugs everywhere I go. And then in that vein, oh, I got these, which some of y'all may end up with some of these. These really cute little bitty Pioneer Woman Mercantile little drawstring bags. I may send these out in future giveaways. Who knows? Is that all? Oh, okay, so back to the mugs. I love these tumblers in particular. The tumblers that are like for states or cities or whatever. So I got a Minnesota one. They don't have an Iowa or a Nebraska or a Missouri. I looked. Not Missouri. Kansas. Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, I didn't see. Because I went through those states and I didn't see them. They do have an Oklahoma, but I didn't stop at a Starbucks, so I may have to order that one. And then, and I stopped in Dallas, and I've been to Dallas many, many, many times. So I finally got the Dallas mug, which has boots all over it, of course. So those are the two that I added to my collection this time. The Minnesota and the Dallas. So that's really fun, because mugs. Yeah, even the shopping bag is cute, right? So cute. The last big purchase that sort of leads into a project that I have technically started, but really I'm at I started it, but I'm also at now a stopping point until I finish the shawl that I'm working on. I purchased a sweater quantity of Barrett Woolco. and it's a large quantity for a epic sweater. Feel like I need dun dun dun. That's how this project feels. I purchased so much yarn from them that they only had half of it there in stock at the show, and they had to send me the other half. But I purchased a sweater quantity of fingering weight yarn. So I have 9 skeins of this. Fingering weight Wisconsin woolen spun in the birch colorway, which is like a creamy natural. And this is 450 yards, 100 grams. It's so stinking light. It says 100 grams, but I swear these feel lighter than that because of the way that they're spun. But this is for an Ilia sweater, I think is how you say it. I-L-I-A. It is by Michelle Wang. Michelle Wang. Wang. Not really sure how she pronounces it. But yes, you can see I have a bag full of yarn for this sweater. I started it and I didn't bring it over here to show you because I don't even want to look at it until I get the shawl done that I'm test knitting. But I started the ribbing on a sleeve because I was going out of town this weekend and I knew I'm sitting in the car. That is perfect. Like, I'm going to make myself do the ribbing on this sleeve. I did the tubular cast on for it and yeah, so I knit the ribbing on a sleeve. And that is where I'm stopping until the cables are, I'm so excited. I'm so intrigued by all of the cables in this sweater. And at some point here, I either have a picture here for you or I've already shown it to you or something. But so it's the Ilia cardigan by Michelle Wang. It's in the capsule collection for her capsule collection for Brooklyn Tweed. It is a book that I purchased at the Hill Country Weavers Retreat back in March. And I am so excited to knit this sweater. There is also a hat in the book that I want to knit, and I really want to have those on for sure by next March when hopefully I get into that retreat again and I get to meet her because she's one of the teachers at that retreat. But I really, really would love to have the sweater done by November when I go to Canada. So I'm finishing the shawl and then I'm going to set some sort of like daily quota for knitting this sweater because it has to happen. It just has to. So that is all of my crazy yarn haul for ZK. And my recap of how amazing it was, how lovely it was to meet everyone and spend time with you. There were so many people that came up and said hello and that they watched the podcast. Thank you so much. That they love the yarn and the bags. I was particularly taken aback by the other yarn dyers that came up and purchased my yarn. And people that I admire that have been doing this for years, and I have purchased their yarn and love their yarn and think they're amazing and talented and wonderful, and then they get some of my yarn and say that they're excited about using my stuff. It was like absolutely amazing. So anyway, I think that's it for ZK wrap up. I do have a little bit of shop update news. All of the post ZK yarn, returning yarn is in the shop. A lot of it is selling. Thank you so much. I do have one particular new thing that I want to highlight. And that is a new kind of style of yarn. And I'm going to lean out of screen here for just a second to grab it. I think think I can only see one here. Oh wait, here's the second one. Ooh, sorry. Okay, so everybody has like their either, I was calling them experiments for a while because it's like, oh, this is not repeatable, whatever. So it's the skein that you made that's pretty, that is amazing, and will certainly be wonderful in a project, but you can't necessarily repeat it again. So I have come up with my official name for, what Suburban Stitcher yarns will be, if that is what the yarn is, and it's going to be called Play Day. So like these are in the shop right now. These are called Play Day, and then the date, May 31st, 2017. And what this is like I had a little bit of dye left in the squirt bottle, or I was experimenting with a new color. This is leftover dye in the squirt bottle, and then I think it actually had a like a black wash. So it's kind of rainbowy. There's some aqua and some green and red and orange, and then it's sort of all been washed over with gray. So there are two skeins of them. They were dyed at the same time, but they're not exactly the same. Yeah, so if you see Play Day, that's what it is. That is my experiment, one of a kind, cannot be repeated, end of the day play to try something fun. So that is Play Day, and they will always look different depending on what dyes are left over at the end of the day. This particular day, like I said, I had those dyes left over, and I had some black, like a black wash bath that was still left over that had not been all used up. So, so that's how those happened. All right, I think that's it. Thank you all so much. I still every day love what I do, and I'm amazed that y'all support me and let me do it. So thank you to you, because all of this would not happen without you guys, and I'm so eternally grateful. Hope that y'all have a lovely week knitting, spinning, Spinzilla, knitting all of the around your neck things, because amazing. And yeah, enjoy what you're doing, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.